Alrighty. Should be live. Hi everyone. This is Poor Man 973 and welcome back to Ace Academy.
Good. Is this your go-to hangout place? This is the second time I've run into you here.
Picking up where we left off. As of last time, the poll results have changed a little bit, but the chosen girl has still not changed. The winning result is currently, what are you, nuts? So that still hasn't changed. The winning girl of Valerie, which we still have not met. But yeah, we're leaving off where we were. Turns out it was probably a good thing that I lost connection when I did, because I was actually getting in quite a bit of pain. I've taken some painkillers, and I should be ready to go for at least a little bit. Oh, hi kitty. Always gotta have a kitty break whenever Clara comes up to say hi. I love that fluffy thing. Ex-KGB agent says, "Heart, love you, man. I appreciate it." Guess it's starting to be. What are you doing here?
I just thought I'd pay a visit to my gear. It helps when I keep her company for a bit. Keeps her spirits up.
It's an inanimate object there, Show. Well, I don't know. Like, boats are typically girls, right? Is there a girl you're keeping captive in your girl? In your gear? I can read. Show laughs.
If only. Unfortunately, no girl ever goes near my gear.
What calorie or Mayu? He sighs wistfully while I try very hard to keep a straight face. I'm so sorry.
Me too. So, what were you doing here?
Just check and make sure everything's working fine.
And does it?
How would I know? I know nothing about this. Sure! He glances curiously at my gear.
How about a simulator match?
I shrug. It'd be nice to get a feel for how things are done at Ace. Sure! Oops!
We can both use the basic robot program. That way, all accessories and weapons will be the same, and it'll be based on skill alone.
May the best man win. I built my kitty. Oh, I love her so very much. He grins and races in the opposite direction. I see him pause by a green gear before I get back into my own. Anyone want to say hi to Clara? She's not going to be too happy about this. Come on, sweetheart. Want to say hi? Can you say hi to the camera? Okay. Sit you back down. Here we go. Okay, see? Now she's gonna run away. Once I'm settled in the cockpit, I switch on the open network configuration. Immediately, a request from Show comes in, and I accept. After we're connected, we boot up our virtual training simulation program.
Oh, very fancy. I haven't seen an American-style gear up close before.
That's me, American. I experiment with my gear controls and watch in amusement as it makes the same movements within the simulator. Hi, Paige. Simulators are freakishly accurate at emulating the real thing, but still can't quite replicate the feeling of live matches. You can't feel every impact or even the slightest shift in motion within VTS.
As you can see, both of us are kitted with the same standard equipment. You have your energy shield for blocking, thrusters for movement, a ranged weapon, and a close combat weapon.
Evaluate my gear and find all the components you mentioned. Any particular reason why we aren't playing from our personal arsenal?
This will level the playing field. We'll have to win by skill alone.
Trying to see what I'm made of? Shu just grinned. Show, not Shu. I'm sorry. I've been trying really, really hard not to call him Shu.
Remember, you have to use the right tool at the right time. There's usually more than one right move you can make, but you have to think fast.
Okie dokie. So the trick is to just react accordingly.
You got it. Are you ready?
Sure.
Let's do this.
My hands naturally fall into place, grip the controls. I can't stop the smile that spreads across my face as my heart beats faster in anticipation. I've missed this. Eagle shifts into fighting stance. I hold out his gun while Sho activates his thruster and points his double guns at me. Evade! I dash out of the way. His attack misses its mark. I equip one of my guns and return fire. He dodges, but my shot still grazes him and he takes some damage. As I boost forward, Sho moves back to keep the distance between us. He shoots again, but his aim is not accurate, and I weave away with my gun in my hand. I take aim and shoot! My aim is true, and Sho's shield shimmers as it absorbs the shot. Judging by how deep of a shimmer, it looks like he took a significant amount of damage. Since Sho likes using ranged weapons, I'd better close the distance and force him into a melee battle. I force, slash! I switch to my sword mid-boost and swing the blade in a high arc. Sho tries to block with his guns, and my sword lands on them with a loud smack. I know it says crack, but I like smack better. We struggle in a battle of wills, and sweat beads down my face. Why? You're not doing anything. The mech's doing all the work, and it's simulation. A loud roar escapes my lips as I channel my... Why? You're not doing anything! Do people do that when I've never really watched competitive esports. When they're sitting there playing League of Legends. Ah! I'm taking down your tower! Ah! As I channel my strength in my attack, I break through Sho's defense. As my sword falls through Sho's gear, goes dark. With the match over, I shut down my gear and get back on the ground. A few minutes later, Sho appears.
Not bad. I knew I made a good choice with you. I've got a sixth sense for these things.
I thought I was the only person left. Thanks, you're not so bad yourself.
Anyway, we'll want to meet up tomorrow before the qualifier to practice. So what's your number?
It's 555-555-5555. We quickly exchange numbers. So I guess I should go get some stuff going and get some stuff done.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'll see you later then.
Bye. Is there anything I never... Okay, it doesn't matter what I do. Let's head to the pilot lounge. Boy. I head back towards the pilot lounge. So far, every time I've passed through the lounge, it has been full of students. I'm sure I'll either meet someone cool or find something interesting to do there. When I enter the lounge, I'm surprised to see a crowd of surrounding the bar. I can't make out anything intelligible from the jumble of words and voices, but it must be something big based on the sheer level of excitement in the room. Food? I forced my way through the throng of people, much to the dismay of those behind me. Regardless, I ignore their protests and continue to make through until I hear the pilot beside me mention something about an Akira. That sounds suspiciously like a person, and not enough like a food. I turn towards the two girls I'd just overheard. Hello!
Hi?
What's an Akira?
I think you mean who is an Akira.
Oh, well, there goes my chances for a free lunch. I could have really used an onigiri right now. Never had one. I know what it is, but I've never had one. Okay, who's Akira?
How do you not know who he is? He's only the top pilot at Ace.
Blonde hair, clearly transfer student from America.
And so nice, too.
Yeah, he listens to you when you talk and treats everyone like they're important.
I'm sorry, what I just said came off as really, really jerk. Hello, I'm a jerk. You can ignore me and go away now, please.
Lucy's a total dreamboat.
The first pilot blushes and her friend laughs. Right, but the qualifiers haven't happened yet. You mean from last year's ranking?
He's been a top pilot since his first year here.
Yay? Since first year?
Yep, he was on his team starting lineup.
Yay? That means nothing to me. So what year is he now?
Third year.
They sigh wistfully. Suddenly, the first student perks up and grabs her friend.
Oh, he just looked at me! Did you see that?
What? Why didn't he notice me?
As if on cue, a path forms amid the throngs of people, and a male pilot with white hair and kind eyes walks through. How can you tell? His eyes are closed! He's laughing with a group of girls surrounding him. See, now his eyes are open. Our eyes meet for a second, his calm smile still intact. That can't be right. He must have recognized someone behind me and smiled at them. Regardless, after the departure of Akira and his group, the lounge feels quieter and still significantly not have as much free food as I was hoping, even though it's still full of students. Pilots turn back to whatever programs they were watching or order drinks at the bar. Others return to the games they were originally playing. I stand awkwardly on my own. I still don't see any free food or anybody I recognize. Everyone seems intent on doing their own thing, so I decide to give up on my attempts at a free lunch and head home. It's getting real late anyway. I head to the parking lot and grab my bike. Then I head home. I enter the house and hear laughter coming from the kitchen. I drop my bag on the floor and follow the sounds of my family and the delicious smells of dinner. Hello! I sit at the table and watch Nikki and Uncle Kaito move around the kitchen. They're wearing matching aprons. Looking good, Uncle! That apron really suits you. Brings out your eyes.
That's it. I'm done.
He tears off the apron and tosses it aside.
You said I'd look cool.
Nikki giggles and goes back to the food she's cooking.
You did look cool. Every lady loves a man who can cook.
And I love a lady who cooks for me.
Amen.
Kaito sits beside me, and we laugh as Nikki sticks her tongue out at us.
Men.
So what we having?
Guess.
Jambalaya! Oh. Not this again. Kaito laughs.
How was your day, bud? Yeah? What kind of shenanigans did you get up to?
Well, I guessed right on a question. I beat up my new friend, and I couldn't find a free lunch. Nothing major. Had class this morning. Checked out my gear and couldn't find free lunch. One of my free lunch teammates that wasn't free lunch showed up and we had a practice simulation.
Sounds fun.
It was. I think we will make a good team.
Who else is on the team?
Angry girl, shy girl. Show, myself, and a couple girls. Angry girl and shy girl.
Good-looking girls.
Yeah. I guess. Kaito winks at me and I just shake my head. Nikki places full plates in front of us. It's jambalaya! I've still never had jambalaya. I don't have no idea what jambalaya tastes like. But I'd like to imagine she's cooked jambalaya. And then removes her apron and joins us at the table.
What else did you get up to today?
I drove home. I tried to find free lunch. I hung about the pilot's lounge for a bit.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was. I actually heard a lot about a guy named Akira. He's the top tier pilot in the program.
So he's your rival.
Seeing as right now I'm a non-existent tier pilot, seeing as I've never done anything. Right? Well,
Yeah, these types of stories always need a villainous rival.
well, he's actually a pretty nice guy. Well liked.
Really? Is he cute?
Well, seeing as I'm not into that kind of thing, I don't think I have the ability to judge that. How should I would know?
The girls think he was cute?
I guess so. Nikki beams.
Accomplished, polite, and cute. You could learn a thing from him.
Well, I just recently learned that I am a total jerk. So, what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Ew. Kaito cleans his plate, then rests his hands on his stomach and lets out a loud belch. Nikki and I blink at him.
I was simply complimenting the chef.
No, I shouldn't. I open my mouth to burp, but Nikki squeals in protest.
Please don't. I'd rather not have them.
Kaito and I laugh as Nikki clears the table. Then Kaito rests a hand on my shoulder.
Sounds like you've had quite the day, bud.
Actually, it was pretty boring. It'll get easier once I get in the swing of things.
Of course. Want to watch a movie or something before you two head to bed?
I almost say yes, but a long yawn escapes my mouth. I'm pretty fried. I think I might go review some notes and then get to bed early. Got some qualifiers tomorrow.
That's fair. Nikki,
I'll join you when I'm done cleaning.
I'll help you.
Thanks.
Stand up and Kaito and Nikki both wave.
Good night.
Good night.
I wave back and head to my room. In my room, I crawl in bed, grab my tablet, and view my notes from class today. I'm only partway through and my eyes grow heavy and I can't read any longer. I flick off the light and close my eyes. As I drift off to sleep, I dream of tomorrow. Ow! I apologize. I've actually recently eaten, so I've learned through the years, speaking a whole lot after eating is not the best thing. You get the burps. Per usual, I'm awoken by the blare of my alarm, but today I don't hesitate to get out of bed. I have a really busy day ahead of me, and I can't afford to lounge around. I get dressed and head downstairs. As I pass Nikki's room, I notice her door is open and her room is empty. She must be in the kitchen. When I reach the kitchen, no one is there. Uncle Kaito is always gone before I wake up, but usually Nikki's around. There must be something going on at her school today, which is why she left early. I fix myself a quick breakfast and I scarf it down. Then I hop on my bike and head to school. Once I reach campus, I navigate to my class easily. Hey, I'm getting used to this place. Okay. As I walk into class, I spot Yuna seated in the front corner of the room. The desk beside her is empty, so I head over. When I get close, I notice a bag on the chair. Hey, anyone sitting here? She smiles when she notices me and removes the bag.
No, I was saving it for you.
Well, thank you very much. There is like a... There's... Got cat... When I held Clara up to my face, I ended up with cat hairs in my glasses. My smile matches hers as I plop down beside her. Thank you very much.
No problem.
So what do you think the professor will be like?
I heard she's pretty good. She's tough but fair.
That sounds promising. Before she can respond, the professor enters the room and heads straight for the front desk.
Welcome to History 201. Today we'll be covering...
The lesson lasts a while, but the material is not bad.
We only have a few minutes before class ends, but your first assignments will be a group project on a case study of your choice. Since it's the first day of class, I'll be assigning your partners.
She points to pairs of students sitting next to each other. Finally, she reaches me.
You and you are partners.
She points to Yuna and I. We glance at each other and grin. Working with her should be fun.
Your project will be due next week. Class dismissed.
Yes, ma'am. The classroom is abuzz with the shuffle of students. I turn towards my partner. Looking forward to working with you. She beams.
Same here. What do you think our topic should be?
Pioneering pilots, the evolution of gears, the psychology of xenorobotics. I don't know, it's all the same to me. I don't know, she's all into the psychological list. What was she into? The PH something P. It was or something like that. So we'll do something with her strength. We'll go with psychology. We'll be focused more on the psychological impact of the development and growth of xenorobotics as a field. Her face lights up.
Absolutely! This could also delve into social impact and how society is adapting to the growth of this field, such as the development of new specialties, like studies in pilot health.
That should be right up your alley.
What about you? Are you okay
We're
with
headed
that?
to Jurassic Park. Na 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 na. Oh, sure. Yeah, good. Yuna smiles.
Sounds like we have our topic.
Yay. Yeah, sure, good.
Me too. We're going to have a great project.
By this time, most of the class has already caught up with their partners and left the room. We should probably do the same. There might be another class that needs this room. Cool, so I should probably head out, but I'm sure I'll see you again soon.
Let me know when you're free to work on the project.
Yes, ma'am. Will do. She smiles when we both gather our things. My phone vibrates as we leave the classroom. I glance at her, wondering if she's already sent me a text, but she doesn't have her phone out. When I pull up my phone, I see an unread message from Sho. Big news, Brosif. That I'm gonna call you Shu. Stop it. We're in the first phase of qualifier matches. Team and meeting at the hangar. Having my first official match meeting should be interesting. Although I feel a couple of flutters in my stomach, I'm more excited than nervous to see everyone. Once we're outside, Yuna turns towards me.
Do you have any more classes today?
No, I have to go beat up some robots. No, but I'm headed for the hangar. I gotta go meet my team before the qualifiers. She nods.
Good luck.
Thanks. Boy! We wave and head our separate ways. Beat up robots! Gotta go! By the time I arrive at the hangar, the team is already waiting at Sho's gear. Mayu is the first to notice me and gives me a small wave. Kaori and Sho seem to be arguing about something, but Sho silences her when I arrive. Howdy, fellas! Kaori glances at me and nods.
At least you aren't late.
Brosif, you made it!
Shoo! Ayo! I don't know, I'd probably say something stupid like that. Of course, anything for my favorite teammate. Kaori? Sho points to himself.
That's me, right?
I grin. I'll let you guys decide. Kaori rolls her eyes. Mayu seems confused. So, now that I'm here, let's get this match underway.
Match is later. Right now, we need to practice.
Yep.
All
Ow!
right.
I turned my
Head to
head
your
too
gears
far,
and turn on your
and it hurt.
simulators. Let's see what we're working with.
Wait, before we go, how exactly do these matches work?
It's based on how many points you accumulate. We'll be competing against pre-programmed AI gears.
Who are like boss level difficult to defeat.
And our score is calculated by how many we beat, along with how well we fought overall. So things like accuracy, how many hits we take, tactics, teamwork, those are all added up.
So, how many points are all those things worth?
They don't share with us the exact breakdown, but everyone knows that defeating the AI gives you a buttload of points.
Okay.
Now hurry up and get in your gear. We really need to practice before it's our turn.
She turns on her heel, and the rest of us disperse. Ah. Is it gonna scan my brain again? After reaching my gear, I boot up the simulation. The usual stats float across my screen, but something about them seems off. Kaori's voice comes across the comm.
Where are your weapons?
I don't know. Let me see if there's something in the settings.
Why didn't you do a comprehensive check on your gear?
I did! It doesn't scan weaponry since it's not part of this mech's core function.
Your combat gear doesn't have weaponry set as a core function during checks.
I've never run into this issue before, although she does make a good point. I try every setting combination I can think of, but my weapons still aren't registering.
Try waiting a minute. Sometimes there's a lag while your gear warms up.
There shouldn't be lag. We wait anyway. After a few minutes, it's clear my weapons aren't going to show up. I don't know what's going on.
Do you even have weapons?
Of course I do!
Then where are they?
Suddenly, Mayu's soft voice cuts through.
Maybe they're still being processed at customs? I've heard that gear and their accessories are processed separately.
That makes sense.
How long will it take to process?
I don't know.
Too long. We need those weapons now.
Don't worry, it'll be okay.
But I have a gun with 1,500 rounds in it. Unless these screens are lying to me. Don't worry.
No, it won't. How will we fight without weapons?
I'll punch things. I'll figure something out. Just start the match. We're running out of time.
Everyone ready?
Everyone's calm. Blinks green and off.
All right.
In
Let's start.
yesness. We all get in position and square off to take on AIs. The closest enemy charged me with its sword raised. Juke it! I barely managed to sidestep it out of the way. This does not bode well. I retaliate with an uppercut and a punch to the solar plexus, which does some damage, but nowhere near the crushing blow I received. The AI shakes off my attack and immediately swings again. Defend! I raise one arm in defense as its sword sends another wave of shimmers over my shield. Using my free hand, I jab the AI in the side. Just as before, Eagle takes an alarming amount of damage, while my attack on the AI barely phases it. I dodge and block most attacks. However, I can't return attacks and can only defend. Oh, I'm dead. With my energy core gradually depleted, it doesn't take much for the AI gear to wipe me out. Without a fourth teammate, my team barely manages to win. We all shut off the simulator and climb out of our gear. I start to head back towards the team, but they all get to me first.
We can't play a match like that. We hardly scored any points.
Don't worry, Cowrie. I'm sure he'll have his equipment soon.
Not soon enough. The match is today. Maybe he shouldn't compete. We can tell them we have 4 members, but one of our gears is in no condition to fight.
Maya looks at her determinedly.
No, he has to. It's the only way.
Shu looks apologetically at me.
Look, maybe you should just hang back. Without weapons, the AIs will ruin you.
I can still help us gain points.
No. Sho is right. You have to hang back. That will maximize our qualifier points, which is what's important right now.
Sho stares in shock.
Did you just agree with me?
Not now, Sho.
You never agree with me.
Idiot! Why do you keep saying that?
Just then, a group of engineers come towards us.
What are your gears still doing here?
Say what?
They've got to be prepped for the next match.
That means we're next. Let's go.
What about our gears?
The engineers will handle it.
The engineers disperse towards our gears. My team splits and heads to the locker rooms. We quickly changed into our combat uniforms. Luckily, I kept my old one from the States. I followed Sho into the pre-combat room, which was a small room connecting the locker room and the arena. The space feels cramped. Couches line the walls and a round table is in the center. I barely have time to take in the room when Kaori and Mayu walk in dressed in equally skin-tight suits, which hug their every curve. Schleek? Your suits are so cool. Kaori gave me a strange look. Mayu looks a little surprised.
Thank you?
Hi, Michael. No problem, you two look great. What about Sho? Kaori narrows her eyes.
Okay.
Well, most pilot suits don't differ much from each other. The Japanese models have always been a little more aerodynamic feel to them. This is the first time I had a chance to see the suits up close and...
Stop staring!
What? Maya's eyes widen as she crosses her arms over her
I
chest.
didn't think you were like that.
I'm not even looking, I'm reading words. No, I just mean those suits look good on you.
Not what you meant. And we don't appreciate your staring.
I'm not staring! You should stop being assuming.
Come on, Mayu. Let's go before he says something else he regrets.
Hockey game? I've only ever seen one hockey game in my life. I got to go see, it was a Paralympics hockey game in the 2001 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake. That was pretty neat. I was pretty young, but it was still pretty cool. She pulls Mayu close to her, and the two of them head to the table.
Rookie
I was also,
move, Broseph.
but I was also complimenting Sho here. He's sleek too. No, seriously, I wasn't looking at them like that. Wait, that didn't really come out right. Sho just shakes his head.
Everyone's got to wear these suits. You're making it weird.
What does mine look like? He follows them to the table. As I approach the table, Kaori hits... Oh, luckily she's not hitting me. A button on the side, which brings up a hologram of the battlefield. 4 impressive gear pop-ups on the right side of the field, and 4 smaller gear populate the other side. Kaori points to the right.
These are the enemy AI gear we'll be battling.
She points to the other side.
This is us. The AIs are programmed to be a challenge. So it's important that we stick to the plan and work together to take them out.
Mayu speaks up. Hi, kitty. Mayu speaks up to her expression solemn. Oh, I love you, my kitty.
The gears we are facing against are specifically engineered for Ace Academy qualifier matches. They change yearly to make sure they can't be beat using a systematic approach.
With a quick flick of her fingers, Mayu zooms in to the AI gear holograph. For some reason, I have trouble with the word statistic. on the AI battle armaments, and parts pop up beside the
It
gears.
looks like we have 2 Class A close combat and 2 Class A long-range support gears.
Kaori nods, reaching her hand into the holographic field. She shuffles our gears into positions on the map.
Knowing all that, Sho and I will blitz the melee gears to give Mayu some breathing room. She will focus on suppressive fire on their backline. That should give us enough time to finish off the 2 gear and engage for the remaining ones.
Mayu and Sho both nod in agreement. Kaori pulls the last gear towards the back edge of the map, then looks pointedly at me.
This is where you will be. Don't get yourself killed.
I looked at her flatly, but don't dispute her. The map flashes red, and the door to the arena slides open. Sho's face lights up in excitement, and he practically leaps towards the door.
That's our cue to get out there.
Does everyone understand the plan?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Okay, then let's go.
Taking a deep breath, I follow Sho and the rest of the team into our ready gears. While in our gear, we walk into the circular arena. Students, sponsors, professors, and other general spectators fill the stadium. A large screen displays our every move for those sitting in the back. A hush falls over the crowd as we get into our place. The energy is a bit lower than usual for a live match, probably because this is technically still an examination. Across from us, the 4 enemy AIs enter.
Everyone good?
As good as it's going to be, I guess. The comms light up green again. YOLO! Nah, best way to help is if I stick with the plan. Me just sticking out. I'm not gonna I'm just, Following Kaori's plan, I hang back away from the action. My teammates get into position. Mayu falls behind Sho and Kaori, who lead the attack. Kaori and Sho weave between the melee mechs and run interference, alternating blasts and... Sorry. Alternating blasts and defenses as distraction. Mayu darts from cover to cover until she's in position, and then she lines up a sniper shot on the melee AI. For a while, they're able to keep up a rhythm. A sudden high-powered rail beam from Mayu instantly depowers one of the melee AIs.
3 more to go.
Mayu, look out! The ranged AI locks onto Mayu. She runs for the only available cover but doesn't make it in time. Just before the blast hits you, Sho interrupts the shot, taking the damage himself.
So,
Sorry, I'm down.
yeah!
Kaori dashes towards the ranged gear and takes it out with a single powerful swing.
There's a Class A melee gear inbound for my location.
Got it.
As Kaori races towards him, Mayu dodges a swing from the enemy mech.
Kaori, what's your ETA?
Almost there.
My radar just pinged. The ranged gear is... Kaori! A flurry of beams zap through Kaori's shield and depowers her gear. The AI muck? This is Pokemon! The AI muck used toxic, and the poison was so great that Kaori's mech was so got depowered.
Sorry, I'm down too. I'm not kitted to handle melee engagements.
Alright, it's just me. I get to punch 2 mechs to death. With the rest of my team depowered, the remaining AI gear slowly turn to face me. So, about that plan.
Maybe you could try to negotiate with them?
Aha! Here we go! Diplomacy! I knew politics would be a good way to go.
Stop joking around. We still need to boost our score. Go deal as much damage as you can.
Easier said than done. mumble to myself as I ready my fist for the impending combat. The AI gears waste no time and boost towards me with their weapons raised. Block! I raise my arm and strengthen my shield to block the attack, but I'm still driven back from the force of the double blow. Digging my heels into the ground, I barely have time to register the next oncoming attack. Dodge! Their blades swing through the air as I dodge out of the way. While the first AI recovers from its miss, I punch it in the side. Its shield barely even shimmers from the impact. The gear then smashes the butt of its sword into me, catching me off guard and causing more damage than I would have liked. Evade. I sidestep out of the way, and their swords slice in through empty air. Taking advantage of their moment for recovery, I land a punch to the side of one of their AIs, but my attack barely registers. The second AI strikes me, catching me unaware, and my shield flashes dangerously from the blow. This is not good. The two AI quickly recover and aim for another attack. I can only go slow. I'm too slow, and to react, my heels dig into the ground and they're pushed back from the force of their attacks. My shield shimmer as it absorbs the blow. This is like our training match all over again. I'm only able to hold out for a short time, as most of my core energy is used to dodge two gears at once.
Shields offline. Power core at 1%.
This is not good. The AI melee gear raises its blade. Eagle's not responding. Is this really how it'll end?
Emergency power core protocol sequence initiated.
In my cockpit, all the lights shine on at once. Statistics. See, I have no idea why I have trouble with that word. And numbers I've never seen before scroll across my displays. Ah! I don't know how else you would say that. A thunderous boom catches my attention, and then a surge of explosive energy shoves the attacking AI gear 10 feet away. I look out and see a shell crater around Eagle.
Protocol sequence complete. Energy output over 9,000.
What now?
No external weaponry detected. Activating energy fists.
Eagle's arms glow faintly.
Engaging enemy gear.
Oh, punch! Punch, punch, punch! Finisher!
Gear destroyed. Engaging secondary target.
Oh, punch, 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 punch! This is awesome!
Power core can no longer sustain output. Eagle depowering.
Phew! Just barely managed to pull that off.
Qualifier match complete. Please exit the arena with your gear.
The crowd is quiet for a moment before erupting in deafening cheers. Outside the arena, Sho claps me on the back, nearly knocked me off balance. Even Mayu offers me a handshake. Kaori trails behind, looking unusually thoughtful.
That was amazing! You totally saved us back there, Broseph.
Thanks?
You did okay, but only because we helped you so much.
Thanks, Kaori.
Are you kidding? Between the three of us, we took down 2. He took down 2 on his own. You have to admit that's more than okay.
At least you followed the plan.
Yes, Madam Capitan. Yeah, of course I did. That's what we agreed upon.
Well, now we know you can follow directions. That's more than I can say for show.
Hey!
We still would have scored better if you were properly equipped.
I'm not worried about that anymore.
Why not?
Because he's got that amazing core thing.
If it's alright for me to ask, how did you do that?
Magic!
Yeah, What exactly was that max power mode thing anyway? Why didn't you tell us you could do that when we ran the simulation?
'Cause I had no idea. Whatever if I would have known about it.
Is that sarcasm?
Look, sarcasm is a way of life for me, but no. No, I'm just as surprised as you guys.
Huh?
Mayu and Show blink.
You mean you did that by accident?
Yep.
That's some accident.
Yep.
Could you do it again?
How would I know? I don't like that thoughtful look on her face. The crackle of the intercom intercepts us.
Thank you to everyone who participated. The first phase of matches have been completed.
Show grins.
All right, round 1 complete. Victory party at my place?
Sorry, Sho. I've got some place to be.
Really? Where?
None of your business!
Yeah, Nunya.
It's not like you have any other friends.
Yes, I do!
Who?
You just don't
Nunya!
know them.
Is it because they aren't real?
Kaori raises her fist.
I'll show you real.
Show jumps away.
It was a joke. I'm sorry.
Whatever. I need to go before I'm late anyway. See you, Mayu.
Mayu waves as Kaori disappears around the corner.
So what about you two?
Mayu smiles but shakes her head.
I wish I could. But Father is visiting tonight. He will be very eager to hear about today's match.
Tell him hi for me.
She nods, says goodbye to the both of us, and leaves.
Party of 2? What do you say?
No. Before I can answer, Sho gets a text.
Hold on.
He quickly reads over the message.
Actually, we might need a rain check on that party.
What's up?
It's just Takashi. He set yet another trash can bonfire.
He just said that like it was a common... It's like, oh, that Takashi! He said another bonfire in the trash can. What?
It's no big deal. They just had to evacuate everyone in the building.
Again.
Anyway, since I'm temporarily homeless, I'm gonna go hang out in the rec center.
Alright, I guess I'll let you handle that then. He nods.
Looks like farewells are in order. Good night to you then, Mr. Broseph.
Bye, Shu! Yeah, you too. After saying goodbye, I head towards the parking lot. Both Uncle Kaito and Nikki are lounging on the couch when I get home. I plop down in a nearby chair.
You're finally home? I was getting worried.
Sorry, the qualifiers ran later than I expected.
That's right. Today was the big day. How'd it go?
Last place, Uncle Kaito. That's right. Place number 9,999. Pshaw. It's me! Come on! It was just against an AI gear. Not even a challenge. Uncle Kaito fist bumps me.
That's how we do it.
Nikki rolls her eyes, but laughs anyway.
You guys are so lame. But congrats anyway. That's a big achievement.
Thanks, guys.
So, I guess your team was happy they brought you on, weren't they?
Not really, because, you know, the weapons I brought, from the States, they were still in customs. Absolutely, because my weapons haven't been cleared through customs. They asked me to stay out of the way. Nikki pouts.
That doesn't seem fair.
It's alright, I understood, so I held back. They did really well and took out 2 of the AIs before they were struck down. Then I managed to take out the other 2, much to the surprise of everyone. Uncle Kaito's laughs.
That's my boy.
But afterwards was kind of strange. Everyone was really interested in my core.
What's wrong with your core?
I don't know.
Did you ever notice anything weird about it back at CINY?
Cinny! No.
Then I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Hey, what's for dinner? Is it jambalaya? Uncle Kaido stands and stretches.
I'm going to go grab a drink. You want some food? We left you a plate.
Yeah, that'd be great. If it's a plate, it's definitely not jambalaya. You don't eat jambalaya on a plate, I think. I begin to stand when Kaito stops me.
I'll get it.
Thanks. I turn to Nikki. So, how was your day?
Pretty good. Did I tell you that I auditioned for the dance team? Well, I got in.
I bet nothing's as cool as your brother's dance moves. Okay, maybe there's a lot thing more. That's great, Nikki.
I'm really excited about it, but I'm a little worried because I haven't danced since...
Her voice chokes up and she glances away. I know, and they'll be proud that you're doing it again. She smiles sadly.
It feels weird knowing they won't be there to watch any of my competitions. Mom never missed a show. And remember how Dad used to make a poster with my name and he'd wave it around like an idiot?
I can't help but laugh at the memory.
Ugh, I remember being so embarrassed.
Yeah, I used to tell him the wrong dates for your competitions, hoping you wouldn't show up.
I know, but he always did. He'd wave that poster and cheer louder than anyone else. And all I could think about was how I wanted to crawl into a hole and die. But I think about it now, and I'd give anything to see one of his posters again.
Her voice cracks and she rubs her eyes. I scoot closer and wraps her arm around me.
I'm sorry.
I miss them too. But hey, you still got me. I'll show up at one of your dance competitions with a stupid poster and yell at the top of my lungs.
And lucky for you, I'm an expert poster maker.
Oh, or Uncle Kaito can do it too. We both glance up at Uncle Kaito as he sets the plate of food down in front of me. Nikki lets out a weak laugh.
He's got some tough shoes to fill.
I'm up for the challenge.
She smiles and wipes at her eyes one last time.
Thanks, guys.
Uncle Kaito smiles back.
So, movie night tonight?
I'm game.
Me too.
Great. What do you feel like watching?
Oh, okay, here. We can watch The Gear Father, The Sixth Gear, The Lord of the Gears, Raiders of the Lost Gear, The Hunger Gear, The Hunger Gears, Jurassic Gear. I think we might watch Jurassic Gear since I've already made a Jurassic Park reference. Snakes on a Gear, Centrobot. I think that's iRobot, but 50 Shades of Gear. Anything with Leonardo DiCaprio. We're going to watch Jurassic Gear. During a preview tour, a theme park suffers a major power breakdown that allows its cloned Dino Gear exhibits to run amok.
I'm always up to watch some dinosaurs terrorize people.
Hold on to your butts!
People stare at her.
What? It's a quote from the movie.
I always... Okay, this is a true story I'm going to tell real quick. Jurassic Park is... I really, really love Jurassic Park 1 and Jurassic Park 2. Growing up, that... Especially in Jurassic Park 2, the trailer going over the cliff scene was one of my all-time favorite movie scenes growing up. I loved it so much, I would reenact it with my little toy cars and whatnot on the side of furniture and whatnot. I'd have my dinosaurs and they'd be dangling off and like, I just loved that scene so much. So a lot of people, I've heard so many things on Jurassic Park 2. Oh, it's such a bad movie. I love it personally. So yeah, but Clara, when Muldoon is hunting the raptor. And he's getting his shotgun already, and he's hunting the raptor. He's getting there. And he's got one in his sight, and another raptor pops off to his side, and he turns and he says, "Clever girl." Well, I always thought, and I know he says "clever girl." Well, playing Ark Survival Evolved, I wanted to name a raptor after that quote, but I didn't want to just name it Clever. So I made it Clara, because it sounds extremely similar to Clever. Clara, Clever. So I had a female raptor named Clara. And I named Clara, my cat, after that raptor. So technically, Clara is named after a quote from Robert Muldoon hunting raptors in Jurassic Park. Still, sorry, I just had to share that story. Still a bit unexpected.
Just a bit.
Anyway, I'll go find the movie so we can watch. We enjoy the cinematic experience late into the night with a great ending to a great ending. It's not O, it's A, but I'm going to go with great ending to a great day. The soft chirping of birds gradually waken me from my slumber. My muscles scream as I push myself up in bed. It looks like I'm being out of live matches for a while has taken its toll. You sit in a chamber in a shielded mech, pushing buttons or operating joysticks. I don't understand what would be so physically demanding. Still, the pain is a reminder of a well-played battle, which is comforting. 9 a.m. With a yawn, I crawl out of bed and ready myself for the day. I head downstairs expecting to see Nikki. Hey, no one's here. Weird. I pull out my phone and see a text message from her. Hey, I'm going out with some friends for breakfast, then shopping. I was going to tell you in person, but you were still sleeping by the time I was heading out, lazy bones. What? I'm not entirely sure what kind of emoji that is. Kaito also said he's heading out for an emergency meeting. I know how useless you are when it comes to breakfast, so open the fridge and check out the second row. TTYL. I think that means talk to you later. And this is some sort of smiley cat face emoji, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not good with emojis. Useless. Opening the fridge, I'm greeting with the most delicious looking egg salad sandwich I've ever seen. Dang it, Nikki, always making it impossible to stay mad at you. I bring the sandwich to the table along with a poured glass of juice. I wonder what I should do for the day. Alright, for most of these, except for one, we do the same thing up until a certain point. And then we make a save, and then we split off from there. The only one that's different is Mayu. And there is something that we get some different pictures. But we are going to work We're going to work on the history project with Yuna. I want to at least get to the point where we meet Valerie before I stop for the day. I know we have a whole week to work on our project, but I like getting my assignments done early. Hopefully Yuna's the same way. I dial her number and wait. She picks up there for a few rings.
Hello?
Hello! Hi Yuna, it's Daniel.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So I was wondering if you want to get together and work together on the project.
Sure. I'm actually glad you called. I wasn't sure about you, but I like getting a head start on my assignments.
Hey, I was just saying that in my own head, so can't help but smile. Hey, so do I. She laughs.
Good thing we're partners. When are you free?
Well, apparently anytime. How about you?
Same.
Okay. Do you want to meet around noon?
Sure. At the library on campus?
Sure. I more or less just said that,
Great.
so...
I'll see you then.
Bye-bye. We hang up. When I arrive on campus, I park my bike and wait in front of the library. It's a few minutes until noon. I hope Yuna gets here soon. Every few minutes, I check the time on my phone. 12:07, 12:13, 12:20. She hasn't arrived, so I text her. Hey, where you at? I don't have to wait long for my phone to vibrate. Sorry, still waiting for the bus. I should be getting there soon, I think. Okay, I'll find us a room in the library. Okay, thanks. The library is mostly empty, which makes sense. Not too many people spend their Saturdays studying. Fortunately, that also means most of the collaborative spaces are open. This library, from what I see, maybe the elevators are behind us, but it is not disabled friendly. Wandering the shelves, I gather a few reference books I think will be helpful, but I can't find the specific case study I'm looking for. Shrugging, I head into an empty room and wait for Yuna. Flipping a nearby book to a random page, I half-heartedly skim it. I check the time again, 12:45. Doesn't seem like she's coming. Suddenly, I spot a flash of pink hair. Yuna is on the far side of the library searching for me. My nose still itches, and I still have to sneeze. This feeling has not gone away for hours. It is driving me insane. I wave at her. She smiles in acknowledgement before hurrying over.
I'm sorry I'm so late. The bus showed up way behind schedule, which is really unusual. I hope you aren't too angry with me.
I am absolutely fuming. This is me in my fuming state. I return her smile. It's fine, I'm just glad you made it. Is that pink? I guess it's kind of pinkish. I thought it was... It's not quite as red as Cowrie's hair. She slides into the chair across from me. I finally know she isn't wearing her uniform. Am I wearing my uniform? I will say this. Anyone who's like worked with somebody for a really long time, that in place that they wear uniforms, like say, I work at a Wendy's, I work with people in Wendy's uniforms. When you see them out of uniform, just out and about, it can be kind of strange. So it almost can seem the same way, I guess, for like school uniforms. So you look different. She seems concerned.
Is there something wrong?
Not really. No, it's just weird seeing you in a sweater.
Oh, you don't like it?
It's alright. She smiles.
It's a little funny to see you out of uniform, but in a good way.
Oh, I am out.
It's more personal somehow.
Yeah, I understand. She points to the books behind me.
You already picked out references?
Yep, wait up. Well, I was waiting for you, but I couldn't find the case study we
Did
need.
you check the database?
Not yet.
Let's do that.
She stands and leads the way to the nearest computer. When we get there, she types in a quick search.
It says the book is available. Let's go check the shelves again.
She leads me back towards the shelves, occasionally glancing back at me. Once we arrive, she scans the shelf for the book and frowns when she doesn't see it.
I don't understand. It should be here.
Maybe the computer's wrong.
Maybe. But we can't work on the project without it.
Why don't we ask the front desk? Maybe they know where it is. She brightens up.
Good idea.
I start to head back towards the cam when I glance at the cart beside us. It's filled with books, but a specific title catches my eye. Wait. She pauses. Isn't that the book we need? She leans towards the cart.
It is.
Great. I reach out to grab it. But pause when I notice the horrified expression on Yuna's face. What?
You can't just take that.
Why not?
That's the return cart.
So...
The book hasn't been returned yet.
What do you mean? It's already been checked back into the system, and it's in the cart.
Yeah, but it hasn't been returned to the shelf yet.
It'll be fine. We can make a copy of the section that we need and put it back on this cart.
But what if someone notices it's missing?
I glance around us. There isn't a librarian in sight. There's no one here. Besides, we'll be clear. Don't worry. She chews nervously on her lip before giving me a reluctant nod. Grab the book and we head to the copy machine. Yuna's footsteps are nimble and quick, and I have to catch up with her. She glances back at me frequently, obviously uncomfortable. She steps back when we reach the copy machine and lets me handle the copying. It takes a couple minutes for the machine to warm up, and Yuna fidgets the entire time.
Is it working?
Yeah, just needs a minute.
We should hurry up.
You can't rush technology. Don't worry, it'll be fine. She seems unconvinced, but stays quiet. She seems unconvinced and stays unconvinced. The seconds seem to stretch and slow while we wait for the machine to process the copies. Yuna continues to bite at her lip. Can't be good for your lips there. Finally, the copier spits out the papers. Yuna immediately collects them and begins walking. She quickens her pace the closer we get to the cart and doesn't relax until I nestle the book between its brethren. That wasn't so bad, was it? She smiles faintly, but her face seems a little pale.
At least we have what we need.
It's not like we just, stole the Hope Diamond or something. Speaking of which, we should get to work. She nods, and we return to our room. I type out the last couple of words on our report, then lean back in my chair and grin at Yuna. And we're done. She breathes a sigh of relief.
I'm glad we were able to get that finished. Now we don't have to worry about it for the rest of the week.
For the rest of our lives, we never have to do that. Not that particular report, anyway. We've been working on it for hours, and it was getting pretty late. Yuna is already packing up her laptop, so I pack mine up too. She layers the remaining reference books in her arms.
I'll go ahead and return these.
Do you need help with that?
No thanks. I'll just be a minute.
See, Daniel, poor man, I was more than willing to let her just do her thing, I am a firm believer in chivalry isn't dead. Like, I hold open doors all the time. But do you know what? I also believe that if a woman thinks that she can do it, let her. She smiles reassuringly before she leaves. I tidy up the room while she takes care of the books and meet her outside the building. I believe you should help people who need help. I'll go with you.
Oh, you don't have to.
I drove here, so I don't mind. Besides, it's getting kind of late, and who knows how long the bus will be. She nods and smiles in appreciation. The bus shelter is empty when we arrive, and as expected, the bus is nowhere to be found.
We got a lot done today. You're very easy to work with.
Thanks. For a moment, I thought you were ready to bail on me. She glances curiously at me.
When was that?
When we found the case study.
Oh.
She shifts slightly.
I thought about it. I've never done anything like that before.
Now, it was my time to look confused. You've never borrowed a book?
No, I've never borrowed a book without permission.
It really wasn't without
We
permission.
totally broke the rules.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
We did. You're not supposed to use a book that's on the return cart. It's not done being processed.
Yeah, but that's a minor thing. Like I said, we're not stealing the Hope Diamond. I don't know why I'm mentoring over here at my bed like I have the Hope Diamond sitting right here. If I did, I wouldn't be needing funds to go get an MRI on my neck. It's like when you forget to clean up your tray at the cafeteria. She stares blankly at me. Have you ever forgotten to clean up your tray?
Of course not. You're supposed to clean up after yourself.
Okay, then it's like... taking a pen from the bank. Which, like this pen. By the way, I asked, and they told me I could have it. When you go to the bank or anywhere with pens out in the open, you take one of the pens after using it.
That's stealing.
Like I said, I didn't steal this pen. I asked. They said I could have it. Usually it's by accident. You don't realize you've taken it until it's too late.
Accident or not, it's still taking something that doesn't belong to you.
They told me I could have that pen. It became mine. Then that means I'm taking something that belongs to me. Okay, how about taking more than one after dinner mint? When a restaurant has a bowl of mints or candy for the customers to take after a meal and you take more than one. She wrinkles her brows.
I don't believe that's a custom in Japan.
Well, then I guess that means I won't be getting any more mints. Oh, must be an American thing then. Okay. How about extra free samples? Sometimes they'll just... Some places actually just give you extra free samples if you ask. Some places don't. When a store offers free samples and you wait a while before coming back again, so the customer handing out samples doesn't recognize you. Or you put on a fake mustache and a different hat. I've heard that works.
But what about the people who haven't already received a sample?
What about them?
If I take them, they won't have any.
They usually have a lot that they give away.
Do you do all of these things?
Actually, no, I don't. Well, I do ask for pens every now and then. Like, Dad, don't steal pens. Don't just like, no, my pen! No. She stares at me with wide eyes.
But that's breaking the rules.
They're more like guidelines, anyway.
I've never broken the rules.
Not even once?
It would lead to utter chaos if everyone ignored the rules and did what they wanted.
Kind of like a bus. This bus, right?
Huh?
Well, the schedule said it was supposed to be here half an hour ago, but it's late.
Oh.
She looks disappointed.
I was hoping the bus issue would resolve itself before I had to go home.
Doesn't seem like it's coming. Can anyone pick you up? She shakes her head.
My family is out of town this weekend. It's fine. I take the bus all the time.
Alright, this is one of the choices that matter. I can take you home. She smiles but shakes her head.
I don't want to cause any trouble for you. I don't mind waiting.
So trouble at all. We ride the same bus line, so you're on my route home.
That's very kind of you, but you don't have to worry about me. I'm used to waiting for the bus.
I know, but it's getting late, and if I left you here alone, I'd be worried you never got home safely. Her cheeks tinge pink, and she looks away, a small smile playing at her lips.
You'd be worried about me?
Yeah. She looks back at me, a full smile on her face.
Well, it will get dark soon, and I wouldn't want you to worry.
I grin at her. Come on, let's go pick up my bike. She returns a smile with an even brighter smile. When we reach my bike, Yuna's eyes widen in appreciation.
You have a beautiful ride.
Thank you. I can't help myself from feeling a warmth of pride. Thanks, I brought her back in the States. She goes everywhere with me. Hop on my bike, pat the seat behind me, she carefully climbs on. You ready? What is it?
What am I supposed to hold on to?
Well, a lot of motorcycles have these little bars that for passengers just below. You just kind of hold on to them. They're just at the bottom of the seat. Just hold on. They're just like right at your tuchus. Oh well, you're kind of supposed to hold on. No, like I said, there's usually a lot of motorcycles. I've actually never been on a motorcycle, but I've seen a lot of motorcycles. They have bars, like two little bars, right at your tuchus area. You can hold right onto there, or you can hold on to the person in front of you. I guess either way works.
What?
What's wrong?
This was a bad idea. I should go wait for the bus.
Feel squirming behind me. Albert. Before she can hop off the bike, I reach back, grab her hands, and wrap her arms around my waist. Yuna lets out a small gasp. See, this isn't so bad, right?
Right.
I can feel the warmth of Yuna against me, and the softness of her chest pressing against my back. I try not to think about it. Then why are you thinking about it? Her grip tightens around my waist as we continue down the freeway. Yuna diligently directs me towards her house. The scenery blends into a blur of color as we drive by. After a few minutes, Yuna's directions sound more confident, and there's a tinge of excitement in her voice. Her grip relaxes slightly, and I'm acutely aware of every single time she presses close to speak. I feel her hand slip away for a moment, I assume to push the hair out of her eyes, and her chest pushes against me again as she sighs. Are you okay?
Yes. Sorry. I just love sunsets, and the view right now is breathtaking.
Sorry, I'm getting a major headache. I quickly glance towards the sun as it hovers over the horizon, reflecting a trail of golden fire on the glittering waves of the ocean. You definitely don't see sunsets like these in New York. How do you get used to this?
Are you liking it in Isokaze so far?
What? How did you pronounce that? Hold on.
Are you liking it in Isokaze so far?
How did Nizokaze? I thought that says Izokaze. Yeah, I haven't seen much of it outside of Ace.
You should go to the park. It's so beautiful, especially in spring when the cherry blossoms bloom. I used to go there all the time and play on the statues. You'll learn a lot about the town's culture and history there too. Although I haven't been there since a while, so I'm not sure if it's changed at all.
Maybe you can come with me and show me. She pauses.
Sure. After all, Isokaze is a pretty special place.
See, now it sounds like Izokaze, but when she said it before, it sounded like she says Nizokaze. Yeah, I'm beginning to see that. She leans closer to me, but doesn't say anything more. We really should be wearing helmets. Before long, we arrive at her house. She slips off the bike and waits for me to do the same. As I walk her to the front door, she turns to me. I don't anticipate her stopping and almost trip into her, but I catch myself just in time. Still, I hear a slight gasp when she knows how close we are to each other. She suddenly becomes shy and takes a small step back.
Thanks for taking me home. I had a nice time today.
Me too. Maybe we can hang out again.
Sure.
And do something besides study? She laughs.
I'd like that. Have a good night. Get home safely, okay?
Well, sorry, Yuna, but you ain't the girl we're going for. At least not this time. I will. Talk to you later. She turns towards her door while I go back to my bike. As I switch on the engine, I see her turn around. She gives me a brief wave before heading inside, and I wait. Hi, Clara. She gives me a brief wave before heading inside, and I wave back before heading home. As I walk into the room, I'm assaulted by the sound of laughter. Seated in the living room is Nikki and two other girls. They glance up at me as I enter. Nikki greets me with a wide grin and waves me over while the two girls begin whispering to each other.
Hey, you're back. Where did you go?
I met up with Yuna to work on our project.
Seriously? You did homework on a Saturday?
Yep. Aren't you proud of me? Yeah.
What? I'm sure it had nothing to do with seeing a cute girl.
The fact that my project partner is a cute girl has nothing to do with the fact that I did homework. Nikki's friends suddenly seem to be on alert. We really did do homework. In fact, we finished the project.
You're telling me that you were alone with a cute girl for hours and all you did was homework?
Yes. She sighs.
You're hopeless.
Yes. Nikki's friends glance at each other and giggle. What are you guys doing?
Draw it.
Draw it. Is it anything like Pictionary? What's that? First girl speaks before Nikki can.
It's a fun game. You pick a word from the pile and draw it, and people guess what it is.
Sounds easy enough.
Join us. Then we can play in teams of 2. Yeah, join us.
Glance at Nikki, who shrugs.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Two girls jump up excitedly. First one gets up from the couch and grabs my arm, then drags me back to sit with her.
Yay! You can be on my team. No, you should be on my team.
The other girl grabs my arm.
Why? You and Nikki are like best friends. You two should be on a team.
She tugs tighter on my arm.
But he's a pilot at Ace, which means he's smarter and should be on my team.
I feel like I'm going to be ripped in half.
Ouch! I thought you guys were my friends, not his.
We are. We are.
Then how come you guys don't want to be on my team?
They glance at each other, but neither girl lets go of me. Nikki crosses her arm.
Fine. Well, he's my brother, so he's gonna be on my team.
Both girls pout in disappointment and let go.
You're no fun, Nikki.
Whatever. You guys can go first.
Fine.
Nikki's friend picks up the card and smiles when she says the word. When she sees the word. She glances at me quickly, then starts drawing a guy with blonde hair wearing something eerily familiar. The second girl answers immediately.
Hot. The word is hot. Yes!
They both burst into a fit of giggles. Nikki grabs the paper and looks at it.
What? How did you guess hot from that?
She shoves the drawing in my
Would
face.
you have known this was hot?
Probably not. I don't think hot is the word I would have gone for.
Thank you. Why wouldn't you draw fire or like a cup of coffee or something? Who is this even supposed to be?
Donald J. Trump? No, joking. Please. Please, everyone know. I'm joking. Both girls look at me and giggle again. Nikki glances between the three of us and then frowns.
Guys, my brother!
So, he's cute.
But he's my brother?
The girls exchange a glance, then gasp.
Oh, we had no idea. Yeah, we're sorry, but you should have said something.
Nikki blinks in confusion.
Huh? Said what?
That you and him, you know.
She nudges her head down towards me.
The relationship you have with him.
Nikki continues to look blank for a few seconds. Then expression changes to horror.
Oh my god, no.
It makes sense as to why you got so protective over him. And why you wanted him on your team.
Ew.
Nikki, you don't have to be embarrassed. It's okay.
Gross, gross, gross.
I agree with Nikki on this. Things just got really weird. I'm gonna head upstairs.
Oh no! Stay and play with us. Yeah, stay.
Nikki stands and pushes me towards the stairs.
Don't listen to them, just go.
Yeah, I'm leaving. I rush up the stairs, and I can still hear them arguing
Why
below.
did you send him away, Nikki? We were having a good time.
Yeah, plus he's hot.
Ew, you guys, stop it.
It's not a crime to look.
Well, it should be. Excuse me, I'm just gonna go throw up.
Yeah. Good on you, Nikki. Their voices drift away as I enter my room and flop onto my bed, truly horrified. Sorry. I will never understand girls, but it's kind of funny that they thought I was hot. Actually, they weren't so bad to look at. I grin as I remember them clutching on my arm, close to their chest. Okay, I don't think I want to read that. A smile drops off my face. Maybe it's a good thing that Nikki doesn't bring her friends home very often. Just then, my phone dings, announcing an email. Breathing relief, I eagerly reach over and open the email. All team rankings will be posted on Monday. Guess I'll go find out my ranking when I go to school. Spending the rest of my evening browsing online for cat videos until it's time for bed. Such is the life of every person on the internet. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I fall asleep. Who knows what tomorrow will hold. My alarm awakens me, and I go through the routine of getting ready for the day. Nikki is already downstairs, and after a quick breakfast, we both head to school. My class today is a little different from usual. Students sit scattered around the room, but as I walk past them to find a seat, I overhear snippets of conversation in different languages. Like me, they're all foreign to Japan. I settle into a seat in the back of the class, far from the entrance. What? How is in the back of the class far from the entrance? That doesn't make any sense. Unless you enter from the front? Actually, I did have a couple classes like that. Never mind. I wait for the professor to enter. Suddenly, the room quiets down. I glance out the door expecting to see the professor, but a girl with bright blue eyes and blonde hair is there instead. Although she has her hip cocked to the side, she still carries a commanding presence. All eyes are focused on her, but she doesn't even blink at the attention. She scans the room, and when her gaze settles on me, she flashes me an excited grin. I overhear the two guys next to me commenting about her.
Who is that girl?
She must be new. I would have remembered a hottie like her.
I can feel the heat of everyone's glares as she suddenly makes her way towards me.
Hey, she's coming our way.
Could it be? Is she coming to us?
Whispers float behind her, but she ignores them and sits in the empty desk beside me.
Hey, how's it going?
I wait for the other guys to answer, but they whisper each other instead.
Who's that guy? Does she know him?
She must. Why else would she search him out?
You're right. She's way out of his league.
She continues to stare at me, waiting expectantly. Hi. Good.
Better,
And you?
now that I've found you.
You were looking for me? She merely smirks. Do we know each other?
No, but I saw you at the qualifiers.
You did?
Yeah, I watched you take out those two AIs by yourself.
Yep, with my fists of power! Oh, right. She leans closer to me and her voice takes on a breathy tinge? What? Breathy tinge? I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to mean.
You were really impressive. I've never seen anybody's core do that before.
Is that tone of voice whatever a breathy tinge is supposed to be? Thanks?
How did you do it?
Beats me. Well, actually, before I can answer, the professor walks in. The girl gives me a lingering smile before shifting back into her seat.
Good morning, class. Welcome to the Foreign Exchange International Bridging. This class is for those who are new to Japan or would like a stronger understanding of Japanese culture and the history of the Izukaze. That means most of your assignments will require you to leave campus and explore the city.
This class should be interesting. It'll be nice to get off campus every once in a while.
Let's begin. You'll find your first class assignment online. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day.
The cute girl turns back to me and hands me a torn sheet of paper.
Don't lose this, okay?
She winks. What is it?
It's my number.
I don't even know you. Why are you giving me this? She brushes a stray hair from her eyes.
I was hoping we could get a chance to continue our earlier conversation.
Okay. Fold my arms, unconvinced.
And it'd be nice to get to know someone in the same class, in case we ever have questions.
Okay, that makes sense. I scribble down my own number and hand it to her. Here you go. She smiles.
Thanks. Call me sometime, okay?
Okie dokie. She grabs her bag and starts to leave. Wait. She flips her hair to let her gaze fall upon me. What's your name?
Valerie.
Hi, Valerie. I'm Daniel.
I know.
Okay. She winks at me again and turns away. I watch Valerie's hips sway mesmeringly. I've been mesmerized by her swaying hips as she exits the room, and I'm left wondering what exactly just happened. I never met a girl as bold as her before, and how did she know my name from the qualifiers? I shake the question out of my head and collect my things.
Did you see that? He didn't even ask for it, but she just gave that guy her number.
No way.
Yes way. The two of them crowd me as I pack up.
Dude, that was amazing.
I didn't do anything. What was?
That chick was all over you. What's your secret?
Well, you see, my gear has a cool core.
I mean, how did you get a girl like that to just give you her number?
I already told you, my gear has a cool core.
Yeah, usually we have to ask for it, and that hardly ever works.
I shrug and shoulder my bag. I have no idea. Who knows?
That's it right there.
So you have to be aloof, and the girls will flock to you.
Sure. A few students hover in the doorway, unsure if they should enter the classroom or not. Look, I gotta go. Other people need to use this room.
One day, we'll learn your true secret.
Okay. I leave before they can say anything else. Now that class is over, I got some free time. What do I feel like doing? Alright, I'm going to make an official save. Alright, we have officially met Valerie. We're going to finally start wooing, stalking. That sounds awful, but that's more or less what we're going to do to make Valerie fall in love with us, or we fall in love with Valerie, or maybe it's neutral and love will be found. I don't know. I think it's probably that second one. We're supposed to mutually find love in each other. But for right now, I have a massive headache. I have had a sneeze that has not wanted to sneeze for hours. My neck hurts. My head hurts. And I'm done for the day. But I've actually had a blast. It's been great live streaming again. Thank you for everyone who's come and watched and chatted, and it really does make a difference, even just knowing that someone's, even if I'm just being put in the background, you know, it really does mean everything, not everything, but, you know, makes so much of a difference. And this has been Poor Man 973, and I hope you all have a nice day.